we will not share your information with anyone, or your information is protected.
Yeah. It will only be shared with the
And there's that warm and fuzzy, like scroll, what, don't we have some logos down here on, like a safe, on that page?
Yeah,
pages
protected,
like that.
the 2 locks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you the warm and fuzzy too. That.
Right.
Okay, Rach, can I get those checks? All right.
That's
for you.
On
Yes, comment, please. Continue to talk.
this, I'm assuming this is free for the brides?
No, it's $100 a month.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. It's free. It's free.
You need to say that on there.
It had a little banner that said free across it.
I think it
On that
needs
video,
to be
yeah.
auditory. I think it needs to be like,
A little more obvious.
yes, it does. I didn't see the free banner. I didn't see it. So,
Okay.
you know, and I think that that's really important, because if I'm gonna look on something like this, I don't wanna pay $5 for this service, you know, I want it to be free, so just let me know that it's free, let me know that what I'm doing isn't gonna like commit me to anything right off the bat, because otherwise it's gonna scare me away from going and using the site.
I think it's interesting that you said that tonight, because we weren't online doing it and going through it. I think by going online and doing it, you kind of just go through it, and there is no point where we ask you for money. But no, it's a good point. I mean, we're writing it down, we're recording it, so I mean, it's definitely good feedback. Everything that you guys bring to the table for us is good. All right, Jack, point to one of these. This is for the swag bag. Okay. What's in the swag bag?
We have a, let's see, a Desi bag, which is like a nice little reusable bag. It's really fancy. Desi is one of our bridesmaid carriers. They have awesome dresses. We have a 15% off of accessories coupon, and then from Solutions Bridal, and then we have a Blushing Bride's tank top. So our Blushing Bride tank top.
Okay. Farthest away from you? This one right here? You sure?
Yeah. That's it.
Drum roll. And then I have to ask this question. If this was something that you newbies, that was working in the live website while you guys were planning your wedding, would you use it?
Yeah, definitely.
What categories would you use it for?
I really had no plan for my wedding, like I didn't have my ideal venue and all that, so I'd probably go start to finish with it, just to see what came up.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
The other thing I was going to ask is, have you guys checked out Party Space? Is that down here? Or have you seen that website, partyspace.com? Because that's where I ended up picking my venue off of.
Okay.
It may be just, again, I was looking in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
It was just for, the neat thing about it was under the venues, it had calendars that the venues updated every week or 2 weeks, their availability. And that was key for me, because I didn't even bother calling places when I knew, I knew when I wanted my wedding to be approximately. And that saved me some time, so I don't know if that's...
Is this Philadelphia driven, or is it nationwide?
Well, that's what... No, I think that's just Philly, that's why I was asking if you guys had seen it, just to use for ideas. So if you click on a link, for example, on the bottom right, I think it is, there's a calendar of availability. So, that might be, if you just want to browse the site,
yeah,
it was a little bit helpful for me.
Say that in your favorites, Jen.
Yeah, see down there, that calendar.
Very cool.
Yeah, because the places I was contacting actually directed me to that site. They said if you're interested in our venue, check out this site, and we have our calendar on there for you.
Okay.
See that little thing that's...
Rachel, is that tank top she got, is that one size? Or do we have different sizes?
We actually do have different sizes if she wants, afterwards. Yeah, if you want to look at it and see.
Take a gander at that thing and then let me know if you want a different size. Okay, appreciate you ladies coming out. Great stuff. Any other feedback, thoughts?
The only thing I saw on the front of the webpage here, you click on that Get Started button. So you've got the Get Started plus the How It Works, and then possibly this banner.
The way that was originally set up is they all go to that. They were all going to that video where we asked you for 7 questions, so the entry point was all the same.
So
now that we're kind of moving towards that vendor prop up front and actually having them type in what they want. Once they type in, and we're only starting off with one category. We're going to start off with DJ and try to prove concept and then build from there. But yeah,
We'll get rid of that Get Started
I think
link.
Get Started's already off of here.
Okay.
I think the plans are to probably get rid of that
Okay.
and make it as simple as possible to get in and get going. Did you guys take any notes and put any Post-its on your thing? If you did, just turn those back into us. That's great stuff. Appreciate you guys. If I can help out with anything at all, you guys know how to get a hold of me as far as anything that we do in here. Okay.
We want to get them on.
What do you want in just the old I would use it that we talked about last time?
I think we're just looking for a summary for somebody like the gas
What do we want to say? Bidding brides, I would use that? Or
Just makes it real.
what do you want to say?
Just ask for candid feedback.
Who wants to do some candid feedback? Veronica doesn't know she does. All right, get her over there. Put her through the ringer, Jack.
All right.
All right, and I'll take.
Maybe just hop up and obviously we don't need a commercial for this. If we want candid feedback, what you like, what you like. All right, this is Veronica, and she just went through her third focus group. So tell us what you saw tonight. Tell us what you liked. Tell us what you didn't like. Kind of what was your download after it was all over.
Well, what I've always liked from the beginning was the concepts. I like the idea of bidding. I think that's really unique in the wedding industry, and we're always looking for ways to save money. I really like the improvements that were made to the homepage, because before it didn't tell me anything about what the website was about. Now it does. And I think overall I really like it. Just the minor things we talked about, like minor adjustments on the pages, but I think it's a really good idea.
What have you thought about what categories you would use this for? And
I would not use it for photography because I'm very particular about that, and for me, I will pay more for that to get what I want. I would use it for venue, stationery, transportation. I'd use it for flowers. I guess probably everything except photography.
okay, that's fantastic. Where are you getting married?
I'm getting married in Martin County, so it's around West Palm Beach area.
Okay. And so I think one of the other things we talked about is trying to find local vendors.
Yeah, I couldn't use the Knot for that. The Knot was absolutely no good. It gave me vendors in Orlando, which is 2 hours away, or Miami, which is like an hour and a half. So I did mine mostly through word of mouth, going and talking to people, which obviously takes a lot longer.
What other online tools have you used, and were they effective? What did you like? What didn't you like?
Well, I use the Knot just for ideas, like getting pictures to show to vendors, but I haven't used any website for actually finding vendors because I couldn't find any that were helpful for me.
Okay. And you obviously you did see some value in what we're doing, and you would.
I would definitely use it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. Any last thoughts?
Yeah, all my family's up there.
You're a veteran now. Come
I'm
on.
a veteran. Yeah, I mean, if I could imagine one pitfall with this, it would be if I was to go on there and I plugged in my zip code and no vendors popped up.
Right.
But obviously that's something that is going to happen in the beginning.
We have to control that growth to make sure that you do have a list for you.
Right, so I don't know if you would have to be proactive in inviting people.
I don't think there's any doubt we'll have a group as part of our company that will go out and source vendors.
Yeah.
15
I
years.
think, yeah. That,
Getting vendors and getting reviews obviously are going to be important to
yeah,
fix
getting
it.
reviews, so each bride who used your website would have to go back and get a review. I know we talked about that earlier, how to get people to leave feedback, because it seems like half of people do, half of people don't. So I think just making it as easy as possible. And I don't know, I always leave feedback, so for me it's kind of like a no-brainer. Like I'd want to help the person out, or I'd be angry and I'd want to make sure that people knew. So
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Veronica.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
In that state as well.
Keely, you have stage fright?
yeah.
Sweet. Yep.
I was a theater major for undergrad.
Well, that works.
Yeah.
Keely,
Hi.
this is your first time you're a newbie, and you saw Bidding Bride / Solutions Bridal. Tell us what you think, candid feedback, what you like, what didn't like, what you loved, what you hated.
Well, honestly, like I mentioned before, I haven't really spent a lot of time on wedding websites. So seeing something like this is actually a breath of fresh air, something that I would really appreciate. Trying to figure out vendors and florists and, you know, all the kinds of things that go into it is just a little overwhelming. So I frankly have been putting it off, and if I had a website like this, I would definitely use it.
Did you try to did you attempt to use any of the other online wedding tools? And
Yeah, I
which ones?
I
And
did. I don't even remember the ones because they didn't really do what I needed them to do. I like the idea of how we discussed about having an area where you can have favorites. I like the idea that you just have to click a few buttons and you get bids and quotes from these vendors instead of having to call or going and making personal arrangements and meeting with them. So it really simplifies things and makes it pretty user-friendly.
where are you getting married?
Knapp-Ha, Botanical Gardens.
Okay. And seeing what you've seen, what categories do you think you would possibly use this in?
Well, I definitely would have used it in the location.
Venue? Right.
Yeah. Photographer, caterer, let's see, I'm trying to think here. I don't think I'm gonna do, possibly DJ. And let's see, I don't know, drawing a blank on all the other things that I need.
It's all right. Photographer, videographer, florist, transportation, hotels.
I mean, for me personally, I don't necessarily need the hotels. Transportation, yes. Videographer, maybe not. I might kind of hope that the photographer can do the videography as well.
What are the things that you see as the biggest deficiency and the things that could cause this to fail if we don't do it right?
Let's see. Well, I don't know that there's anything that's really glaring to me right now that I would say it's absolutely going to cause it to fail. I do think that having the favorites and having that be kind of a clear, concise thing would be very beneficial. Advertising that it is free and, you know, not something that you have to sign up for, not something that you're going to get charged $30 a month 3 months down the road for. Sure. Would be beneficial to know. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think that those were the biggest things for me.
Okay. Well, thank you. I know it was your first time. Thanks for your time. We may invite you back again, and thanks for your candid feedback.
All right, thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. Keely, thank you.
Do you want to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, now we have Janelle.
I'm sorry, no, but are you still involved in that arena at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because they're starting up some new projects around town. I don't know if you have any interest in.
Oh, I'm always up for.
Okay. I don't have his card, but I have mine.
Either
so.
helping or, you know, do you need some contact
Right,
or get
yeah.
involved? So yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
That's all right. This is Janelle. So this is our first time. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of when you're getting married, where you're getting married, and then we'll talk about the website.
Okay, I'm originally from Pennsylvania, about an hour north of Philadelphia. Just moved down here just over a year ago now with my fiance. He's born and raised here.
Okay.
And we are getting married back up in Pennsylvania next fall, September 21st.
Okay.
I was very overwhelmed when he proposed. I wasn't planning my wedding or anything. It was a surprise, so that was nice. But I did look to the internet for a lot of direction.
What'd you use?
I used The Knot. I used that partyspace.com I was telling you about, and we actually did find our venue through that. We set up a wedding website through The Knot, which has been really helpful with the long distance for the guests.
Oh, sure.
But this site is fantastic. I really think you guys have a competitive advantage with the bidding process, and just the look of the website in general is different from any of the other ones I've seen. So I think it's a unique product. That's pretty neat.
What categories do you think that you would like to use a website like this on? Have you thought about that at all?
I still haven't picked a DJ, so that would definitely be a good one to start with. Florist would also be good, because I know flowers are expensive, so it's kind of nice to think that they'd be bidding to lower their prices. So when I first started, if this site had been available and I'd found it, then I probably would have used all of them, all the categories. What's
the biggest challenge with this website? What's the biggest deficiency? What's the thing that could easily make it fail if we don't do it right?
I think making that distinction about why you guys are different, putting out there, it will travel word of mouth, but to get going, you know, putting bidding on the front page somewhere that this is what you guys offer, and that's why